What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, a show where we talk about news, games, and we sandwich a little fun in between. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me this week again for the 38th week in a row. Actually, we missed a week.
Not in a row. I've been gone before.
You missed. How many times have you missed? Twice?
I think I've missed twice.
Twice, and then we missed that 1 week. So not 38 in a row, but 38th episode. Michael Clay, what's up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Tim.
How you feeling in your nice...
I decided to match with the set today. Blue on blue on blue.
Blue on blue on blue on a little bit of white.
Yes,
I'll stick with my orange shirt.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the scheme, bro.
I like this orange shirt.
Look at the table. Look at the cups. Look at the TV. Look at Link behind us.
It's the pack shirt, bro.
I will respect it because it says PAX on it.
It's like red orange. It's a red orange. Okay, it's a red orange.
Orange.
Today we're gonna talk about Avengers losing money and players, Twitch versus the music industry, more in-game concerts. We're also gonna play Guess That Character, and we're gonna talk about our thoughts on Valhalla at the back half of the show. But before we get into that, we're on YouTube now. So if you are listening in your favorite podcasting feed and you want to put some faces to some voices, you can find us at youtube.com/synceduppodcast. And go there, subscribe to that feed, and watch the video version of the podcast, as well as impressions-related content that we are putting up over there. And also, if you're on YouTube, you can find us in your favorite podcasting service if you're tired of seeing our face, just by searching Synced Up Podcast and looking for the blue and white logo. Same logo as the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. New episodes go up in both of those feeds, Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone. Gang. You can also write into the show at synceduppod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, concerns, games, thoughts, criticisms, anything that you have, and we will read it, and we might read it on the show. We'll definitely read it off the show, but we might read it on the show. You can also follow us on Twitter at synceduppod to stay up to date with all of our videos, content, new things that we're doing, all of that jazz. Chance will keep you posted over there on that. And also, if you're coming over here from the Min-Max show, thank you very much for stopping by. We got a decent amount of love already from you guys on our last couple of things that we did. And we very much appreciate it. It seems like the audio version is getting a lot more love than the video version.
I mean, understandable.
Hey, that's
look
fine.
At our faces.
Yeah, look at our faces. That's fine, though. We love you regardless. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy. Also, apologies to you audio feed people that are used to the audio feed going up Monday, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone, gang, because it didn't, apparently. And it didn't go up until Saturday. That's mostly on me. I don't know what happened there. I have no idea. I genuinely have no clue. I posted it when we went into our feed. It was there, the description and everything, but just the audio just wasn't there. But we fixed that, and it's
there now.
So you can go look at that.
Catch back up.
Yeah, catch back up there. But let's get right into the show here. So this is not. I don't know if this news right here. This is rough. Square Enix loses $62 million in the quarter it released Marvel's Avengers, compared to the quarter before, which proved positive with Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's hard to compete with that. This is by Daniel Hollis at NME. Square Enix HD Games Division's earnings for the quarter it released Marvel's Avengers is in the red, according to a new report. The latest earnings report from the company reveals that despite growth in the first half of the fiscal year, the company showed a loss of $62 million from July to September 2020, the quarter it released Marvel's Avengers, per Video Games Chronicle. Games industry analyst David Gibson also took to Twitter to report new details on the company's losses, including the potential development costs of Marvel's Avengers. Gibson stated that Square Enix reported a 6.5 billion yen, can you convert that for me, Jordan, and let me know what that means in American dollars, loss for HD games driven by Marvel Avengers, and that the company, quote, would not say how many sold, but that volumes were 60% of the plan that they had. According to Gibson, he estimates that the game cost over $100 million to make, but only sold 3 million copies or so. He also added that the total cost of the game is closer to $170 million to $190 million, given they only expensed 70% of costs in the quarter plus marketing costs. How much is that in American dollars? 61 million. So, yeah, okay. So that's just the American.
Same, 62.
Same. The company recently spoke out about the dwindling player numbers for Marvel's Avengers and said it's confident players will return to the game. It later released a blog post confirming the delay of the next-gen versions of Kate Bishop, or of the next-gen versions and the Kate Bishop expansion, with details on how the game will move forward in the future. And it's also worth noting that I think as of right now, the current active player count on Steam is roughly 400 active users compared to the roughly 30,000 active users it had the first week of launch. So a pretty big drop off there.
Insane. And
so as someone who played the game themselves, Michael Clare,
I'm part of the not 400.
Yeah.
So whatever number that is.
You're part of the drop off here.
Yeah. The game did not really hold well. It was fun for a little while, but it got very repetitive, pretty boring. The end game content is the same as the middle content.
In the
There's
beginning,
nothing.
yeah.
It was very dry.
It really seems like from an outsider's perspective, anything outside of those like big missions with all the quick time events and crazy cutscenes was kind of like, eh.
Yeah. So everything was kind of just disappointing overall, and I'm shocked that they really. I mean, they have to say that they're confident players will return.
Yeah.
But to follow that up by saying we're delaying the next gen version.
Yeah,
update.
I think that's contributed to the fact that so many players have dropped off. When you want to keep everyone's attention for as long as possible with the game. That's in the fashion of this, the games as a service, and so you want to keep people's attention as long as possible. You want to be putting out updates constantly. You look at Among Us; they're starting to putting stuff out all the time as much as possible to keep people interested. Fall Guys is still doing seasonal stuff. Fortnite, they're the pinnacle of that idea, and Avengers really has fallen short on that. They've just kind of just delayed all their stuff. Into eternity, it feels like this was going to release. They had their roadmap. They've completely scrapped that entire roadmap, and delayed everything into oblivion. Which don't release shitty stuff, but that's just it's par for the course for all this to happen as a result of those delays, because this is the type of game that it is, and it sucks that a game that carries the Avengers name can do so poorly. It's quite unfortunate.
I mean, you had a star voice acting cast too. There was a lot of good things going for this game.
A bunch,
and it was just sad to see it, not succeed. They had a good protagonist,
Kamala Khan.
Yeah, they could have went a lot of ways with it. I made it a very good game. If it was just a solo experience, man.
Yeah. Had attack on the other stuff. Jack of all trades, master of none. It seemed like. And
I'm cool with the co-op multiplayer experience, but keep it that solar or the solo experience. Yeah. It was just very disappointing.
That's rough. That's very big losses. But we're gonna stay on the loss train. Twitch people are losing all of their VODs. Run me through this, Michael Clare. How's this
Twitch's fight with the music industry, streamers are paying the price. The latest fight over infringing music on Twitch has left streamers stranded on the battlefield. This is by Bajan Stefan at The Verge.
I bet it's Bihan. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure.
Twitch partner Kate Stark was in a meeting when she got an email from Twitch saying some of her videos had copyrighted music in them and had been deleted. She panicked, and then I went to Twitter, Stark says, and it seemed like everyone had received one. So that's when I was like, okay, what's going on? Stark wasn't alone. On October 20th, thousands of streamers got the same message from Twitch, informing them that a complaint had been filed against their channel for hosting videos with copyrighted music, videos which Twitch had then deleted. We have processed these notifications and are issuing you a one-time warning to give you the chance to learn about copyright law and the tools available to manage the content on your channel, Twitch wrote. Streamers were given 3 days to clean up their accounts before takedown notices and account strikes started coming through again. Stark and other streamers faced a difficult choice. Delete all of their remaining clips, minute-long segments of a live stream, and VODs, replay a full live streams on their channels to play it safe, or let the videos stay up and hope that none of them contained copyrighted music, risking a permanent ban from Twitch. I also didn't want to delete all of them because it is a 4-year scrapbook of my career, she says. I get to see every apartment I've lived in. I get to see every stream overlay I had. I get to see all of my crappy alerts. I get to see the people in chat at the time. I get to see the games I was playing.
Yeah, so this whole thing is
crazy. Yeah. I mean, they use Kate Stark here, but one that I think is maybe a bigger note, Dan's Gaming. If you're familiar, he's been on Twitch since the conception of the platform.
OG of the OG.
Yeah. And he had 9 years, almost, I think 10 years. Twitch just hit 10 years on the platform. Yeah. And he had to delete all his stuff, 10 years worth of clips. And it's just sad.
That's tragic. I will note this article by Beyond Steven over at The Verge was quite long, and I concised just a piece of it. So you should go over there and read that article if you were interested any further. But yeah, they had in that article about people were having to buy extra hard drives to just pull all of their
because you don't want to lose all that content. There's so many good memories in there, especially with the clips. It's moments that people think were great from the stream that they're using to remember.
And that's rough.
Yeah, to delete all of that is tough. So what a lot of people are doing is of course just moving all of that over to YouTube, which Twitch as a platform should just recognize let's pour some resources into getting a good copyright system going to where we can more accurately inform our users.
Yeah,
and
because right now they're kind of just mute it.
Yeah. They're don't play game audio, and you're like,
yeah,
what am I supposed to do?
You have that meme of the guy who's playing Overwatch. You see that where it's completely muted and he's doing all the voiceovers.
The cavalry's here. And it's just funny. Just sad because obviously there's an argument to be made that people need to know what they're doing when it comes to copyright law, music, video games, all that. That's all important.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if there's an argument to be made about copyright law. That shit's complex.
It is complex, but
convoluted on purpose.
if it's your job to do this stuff, it's in your interest to be informed, right?
Yeah.
But it's difficult when you see a platform like YouTube who
Mhm.
handles copyright infringement not perfectly, but well enough to where you can kind of
Circumvent.
put it more on YouTube's end
Yeah.
to let them handle it. Like, oh,
Mhm.
this was copyrighted. We're just gonna give the money to them.
Yeah, they're not hitting you
And-
with your channel may get banned.
Yeah.
So you might as well just delete
Twitch
all
is
your
like,
shit.
if you played anything ever on your channel,
Mhm.
might want to
Delete it.
and that's just scary because these companies, Universal Records, that's just the biggest one I can think of.
Yeah.
They have the tools to scan through everybody's VODs and clips and
Yeah.
find it, tell Twitch, and just get them banned. And
Yeah.
so it's on
greed.
Twitch almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad to see so many streamers just
100%.
cave in, have to delete all their stuff.
Yeah, unfortunate. And it doesn't, I don't know if it's, going over into like video game OSTs and stuff, if that's messing with anything. I don't know if we've seen anything.
Well, that's the
like
other
that
thing
yet,
is like
but
people
are
don't
worried.
know.
Yeah, people are very worried.
Twitch says read the EULA.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
Come on, bro.
please.
Not the EULA. Nobody reads EULAs. But we're going to stay on the music train here and video games as well, because Lil Nas X held a concert experience in Roblox, of all places. This is by Patrick Dane.
You got it.
Patrick Dane.
There you go.
I should have known that. I've been playing Valhalla. Danes, they're in there. At VG 24/7. The Old Town Road rapper will be taking to the ever-popular Cuboid game. Lil Nas X held a concert in Roblox, bringing an unlikely creative partnership to fruition. The concert saw the musician perform a handful of songs, but also his new track, Holiday. As COVID-19 continues to affect the world, concerts and live performances are becoming rarer and rarer, impossible, in fact, at least in their traditional form. This has seen musicians getting creative. Several have turned to video games, creating huge events both for the performer and the game itself. Fortnite has seen some of the biggest such events and peaked with the Travis Scott experience, pulled in over 27 million viewers. This isn't Roblox's first foray into music-based events either. The game held an album launch party for pop star Ava Max just last month, which saw over 1 million people attend. After Fortnite, Roblox is a great target for any prospective live event. The game is absolutely massive, having over 100 million active users. The title is obviously keen on these kinds of collaborations too, so I expect we will see more in the near future. I need a sip. I'm done.
Go for it. I didn't get to watch this one. I haven't taken the time yet. But you did, right?
Yep.
How does it compare to the Travis Scott experience?
It's nowhere near the
Okay.
Travis Scott experience. No, there's no way to compare it to.
I
Travis
don't
Scott.
think you could with the technology that Roblox has at hand.
No. It was very cool, and it was cool to see that he wrote different verses for specific songs, because obviously his songs are explicit, and he knows that platform is for kids. So he wrote different verses for those specific songs and changed them up a bit, which was nice. And it was very cool, and I watched the whole thing. It wasn't the Travis Scott experience, that's for damn sure. But Roblox doesn't have the rapport that Fortnite does. It has a player base that's large, but it doesn't have that kind of money, that kind of stuff to go. But despite that, it's cool, and it's cool for Lil Nas to do this too, because he's such a big guy or whatever.
Yeah.
To do it with
the
Roblox.
king of Twitter, I call him.
Yeah, he is the king of Twitter. To say, hey, we're gonna do a concert with Roblox,
Because he easily could have done it with Fortnite too. I bet there was talks, but he's a memer at the end of the day.
And he launched his new song with it or whatever, and that was cool. And that song hits, by the way. I like that song.
What a good guy, and also
solid lad.
Yeah, I love events like this. The crossover from more general pop culture into the more nerdy side of pop culture when we get into
really
gaming
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
I love these collaborations.
Dude,
Do you need a breather?
No, I don't need a breather. It's just I feel like my allergies have just completely punched me in the face.
I can give you a break.
No, I got it right now. I got it right now. Yeah. So the concert was super hot fire.
Speaking of
hot fire, fire causes smoke. What happens with smoke? Smoke gets blown into Xboxes. Oh, segues, master at them. Microsoft, they say, quote, please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X. Internet trolls seem to be faking Xbox Series X problems for memes. This is by Shane Gartenberg at The Verge. Microsoft's latest next-gen console, the Xbox Series X, along with its smaller cousin, the Xbox Series S, has arrived. And with it comes a whole bunch of internet con artists trying to meme people into believing the new console is plagued by terrible issues. You might, for example, have seen clips passed around the internet that showcase the Xbox Series X literally smoking. The post would have you believe that the blazing graphics of the Series X are so demanding that they cause the Xbox to catch fire, but the reality is much simpler than Xbox consoles spontaneously bursting into flame. What actually appears to be happening is people are piping vape smoke into their new $500 consoles to give off the appearance of a fire to troll fans on social media. Please note that it probably isn't a great idea to intentionally fill your brand new console with water vapor either, for what I'd hope are obvious reasons. The meme has gone far enough that Microsoft itself has dignified it with a response, quote, "We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X." So Jordan's going to pull up the video, the classic. It's not really the video, but it's just something you can see here of this happening.
Did the first one get you?
The first one, yeah, I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of spicy, but only because I'm ignorant to what an electrical, what electrical smoke actually looks like. Like, yeah, see, here you go. This you're just seeing this all over. I think this was
the first one I saw.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm tempted to believe it's just vape smoke.
But like, I wasn't.
That one looks like a damn forest fire.
Yeah, and I was just seeing it, and I was like, oh, this is rough. And new console launch, they always have certain things, blessing Adeoye Jr., new face of video games over it. Kind of funny. He has
serious issue.
He had a serious issue when playing Yakuza. It crashed his Xbox, and it's completely bricked his system. And he's tried reinstalling the OS manually. He's tried a lot of things. It's completely like obliterated his thing, and that's what's going on over there. So this whole big thing was like that could be happening because I believed it because just it's a new console launch, so shit happens. I just don't know what. Obviously, electrical smoke isn't white. Now that I've been learnt on that. Electrical smoke is definitely darker.
It is hilarious though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I had a similar idea when I saw all the holes in it. I was like, you could easily kind of like just do something to it weird.
Yeah, but don't blow water vapor into your Xbox unless you want to.
Maybe that's what Blessing did.
Royally fuck it up. Like think he was vaping in?
Maybe he was one of those ones.
He was vaping? No. And also, don't post shit like this because people are going. Obviously, Xbox had to come out and say this, but people are going to eat that up as fact. And with how heated things seem to be in gaming nowadays, with a big portion of people, this console war thing goes ham. Even though I think just play where you want to play or play everywhere, like I do, if you have the means to do so. Like, it's ridiculous. People will eat this up and post it everywhere and say, look, this is why I bought a PlayStation 5, or this is why I don't buy consoles on launch day. And it's just, people are joshing out there. So, hey, stay safe. Don't blow water vapor into your Xbox. And if you were going to buy an Xbox and seen those videos and thought maybe to hold off, just know those videos, they're completely fake. So you don't have to worry about it. On a more serious note here, I don't have a funny segue because this is a very serious topic. Ubisoft Montreal staffers barricaded on the roof, escorted out by police. Ongoing police investigation, but authorities claim no threat has been identified. This is by Kate Cox at Ars Technica. So I'm going to read the original article, and then I'm going to read the update that was posted later that day for the article. So for the original article, a tense situation at the Ubisoft Montreal game studio ended on Friday with staffers being formally escorted out of the building by police. At one point, dozens of staffers had been barricading themselves on the roof for over 2 hours. The story began with a group of suspects reportedly holding tens of people hostage at Ubisoft Montreal, according to local French-language media outlet LCN. The situation reportedly began around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Montreal police confirmed that there was an ongoing police operation at the intersection where Ubisoft Montreal sits. We asked people to avoid the area, the department advised on Twitter. The SPVM is currently validating information and more details will follow. Montreal Mayor Valérie I'm probably screwing that up because it's French. Valérie Plante, maybe.
Good try.
Who knows? Confirmed that her office is coordinating with the police and monitoring the situation. She echoed the police's request for everyone to avoid the area. According to Radio Canada, story in French, police were dispatched to the scene following a 911 call reporting a robbery in a nearby commercial building. Live stream footage from an LCN helicopter showed a group of people together on the roof deck of the building behind a makeshift barricade, seemingly constructed of folding tables leaned against an access door. Developer Eric Pope confirmed in a tweet that the individuals on the roof were indeed Ubisoft employees, saying, "This is insane. This is my team on the roof." Staffers were escorted from the building's lower floors at roughly 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, while other staffers remained barricaded on the building's roof as local police completed a formal sweep of the building. The employees on the building's roof were eventually escorted out, albeit only after being seen holding up their hands and conferring with apparent SWAT officials. It is still unclear as of press time whether the incident was prompted by a physical intrusion in or near the studio's Montreal offices or whether everything began with the false threat. In a later update on Friday, SPVM indicated that no threat had been identified. And then the update to the article here. The 911 call that set the police response in motion was a hoax, the CBC reports. Montreal police confirmed only that the police operation is over, with no threat detected and no injuries reported. An investigation will follow to shed light on the call behind this important police force deployment, the SPVM added. Ubisoft issued a statement around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time saying that the company was relieved all of its staff and Ubisoft Montreal were safely evacuated. Quote, "We commend the strength and solidarity of all our team members in this complex and stressful situation," the company added. "We are grateful for the prompt response of the police and local authorities. We will continue to provide our teams with all the necessary support to cope with this traumatic event." So that was a mouthful, but I figured I had to read it all because it is a very serious topic. So this was breaking a couple of days ago, obviously. And I was very worried. Ubisoft Montreal, if y'all don't know, is the team behind Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the game we're playing right now. And just seeing that all over Twitter, seeing stuff like this, it just sucks. You know, the world is a shitty place already, and so every time something shitty happens, it's shitty, and we get to worry about it, and sometimes it hits a little closer to home. When it's in an area that I care very much about. It's a little harder to write off. So everyone was worried, hoping people were getting home safe. I was reading through tweets, like through dev tweets, people who worked on the game, what was going on. It seemed like a lot of confusion, a lot of worry. And then when I found out it was just some hoax call, that's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Like, you're glad that it wasn't anything severe. You know, you celebrate that
safe.
That it wasn't a real issue. But like, it's frustrating because it's probably just hopefully a dumbass kid.
Yeah.
Instead of a deranged adult. You hope it's just a stupid kid. You hope that they get punished for this. You 100%. Hope they find out who it is. Which they probably will.
This is, I think people like this should definitely go to jail. Swatting is a big problem
especially in the Twitch community.
The Twitch community, YouTube community. Just the creator community. Swatting is a huge issue, and it causes people a lot of pain and grief. And people can and have died from these things. False police calls causing people to show up at a house thinking something is happening. People have died, been seriously injured, hit with flashbangs and things of the like. And that shit is serious. Like, that can cause serious problems. So there's nothing much else to say about the story other than if you, for some reason, are one of these people who think it might be funny to swat someone, I would heavily advise not to fucking do that. Just don't do that. It's not cool. But we're glad everyone is safe and that the team is doing okay, and hope they can get back in the groove of things, and hopefully Ubisoft is understanding and maybe gives them some time off, maybe does some stuff like that to help them get back into it. Because that would be, even though nothing happened, sitting on the roof, barricaded, thinking that your staff or your homies are downstairs with some dude with a gun. That's traumatic in and of itself, even if it was fake. So hopefully everyone over there is doing okay. And it sucks to end on a somber note, but we're going to transition into the next section of the podcast. Hard to do on a note like that, but this next section of the podcast, This Week in Gaming, this is the section where we run you through all the historical releases in, you guessed it, This Week in Gaming.
There's a lot of them.
And it is a banger week. Who would have thought the time right before the holidays, the Black Friday area, would have the most banging week? But here we go. November 15th, really good day. You have the original Xbox with its launch title, Halo Combat Evolved in 2001. Did you have an original Xbox back in the day?
Nope.
Neither did I, but I had a couple of friends that lived down the road that had an original Xbox, and I played the shit out of that, man. Was GoldenEye, was 007 GoldenEye on that? For some reason, I have memory playing that.
That was on the 64.
Yeah, but was that not on the original Xbox too? Or was there like a GoldenEye game?
I mean, there's probably a
Xbox?
007 game.
I don't know. For some reason, I remember a GoldenEye on the original Xbox. Maybe I'm capping, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Remember that big-ass controller, though, the Duke?
Yeah.
With the white and black buttons way down on the side. You had it completely. Yeah, that thing was huge.
Terrible.
That was a good-ass console, though. And Halo Combat Evolved, good game. Kicked off a series that we're still waiting on the newest one, but a legendary series. Legendary. 2009, 8 years later, you get New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Kind of not redid the formula, but kind of switched it up for the Super Mario franchise there, and into that new age 2D side scroller. And this game was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
a lot.
This one was pretty good.
I also like that bubble system for when you're playing with siblings who are incompetent. They go in the bubble and you can come grab them.
Yep.
So good. 2 years later after that, you have Assassin's Creed Revelations. This is one of those really good ones.
Yes. One of my favorites.
Yep. Really good. Really good. And the same day, Saints Row the Third. This game's badass.
Also a really good game.
This is, what's that song by Kanye that... Power. Yeah, jumping out of that plane to Power by Kanye is just so iconic. Oh, it's so good. And then 2 years later, you have the launch of the PlayStation 4 in 2013.
7 years ago.
7 years since the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 5 is here. We won't be able to talk about it today. I guess I didn't mention earlier in the show. My PlayStation 5 did not come on Thursday. Apparently, FedEx shorted the place I bought it from. I will be getting the PlayStation 5 on Monday or Tuesday. So we will have... the impressions videos for all of those going up next week, even though they should have already been up by now, but that's not my fault, and I am so very sorry. But yeah, PlayStation 4, what a legacy. What a legacy. We should do like a bonus episode of the podcast where we go through like all the greatest games of the past generation.
PlayStation 4 in review.
Yeah, something like that. November 16th, the next day, 2004, you have Half-Life 2, a game that will forever live in infamy, the infamy of not getting a sequel.
Yep. Shouldn't have went with a number scheme. Should have named it something else. That way people are less likely to be
Half-Life.
like, oh, number 3.
Yeah.
You know? So
Half-Life : whatever.
Yep.
2007, you have the original Uncharted Drake's Fortune, kicked off a really great franchise.
Series.
And really solidified Naughty Dog in that S-tier echelon. Well, at least A-tier at this point. It wouldn't be until, I think, The Last of Us where they kind of just locked themselves in. The next year, you have Animal Crossing City Folk. I was never a big Animal Crossing guy back in the day. I included it because it's a big release, but I didn't get on Horizons.
Yeah, me as well.
Don't got much to say about this one. Left 4 Dead 2 a year later in 2009, though. Now, that is a classic. Played the shit out of that with my homies.
Yo, shout out to Teo.
Teo
coming in to say hi.
He's coming to say hi.
Hey, buddy.
Okay. He's hopping up.
He's on the podcast.
The cat's on the pod. He's chilling. Okay.
He's on a good segment.
1 year later, you have Assassin's Creed Brotherhood in 2010. That's another game that I would say is like one of the best.
Oh, yeah. Those two back to back.
Yep.
I 100% of both of those.
Doesn't get better than Ezio. And I included this here because technically November 16th, 2 years ago, Among Us launched.
Wild.
Crazy to think.
If you think what they did between, year 0 to year 2, not a whole lot.
Yep.
But from month 23 to 24,
real nice.
A whole lot.
Real nice. November 17th in 2001, the original Luigi's Mansion. That's a classic.
That game's good.
That's a classic.
I
And then
enjoyed it.
1 year later, the original Metroid Prime.
I need to. I never owned this because I didn't own a GameCube. So I played Metroid Prime a little bit at a friend's house.
Yeah.
And I want to revisit it.
Yeah, I only played a little bit as well. Hopefully that Metroid Prime trilogy comes. If ever.
Oh, God, please.
Or Metroid Prime 4. A year later on the GameCube, the classic, iconic Mario Kart Double Dash in 2003.
Double Dash is PogChamp, dude.
Yes.
That's like the Melee of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That game is good.
Legendary, and I think just been overshadowed by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because that's just the...
I wouldn't say overshadowed, though.
Yeah.
Because I equate it to Melee because it's like it's the old brother who's
guard.
like solidified himself.
Yeah, as legendary.
Yeah,
that's fair. In 2006, you have the launch of the PlayStation 3. That's also a good console.
Wasn't me. I was on the 360.
Yeah, I was on the 360 as well. I had a little bit of the PlayStation 3.
If you were a kid and you had both,
I never had both at the same time. But
yeah,
through that
did I.
generation, I swapped around.
What was? We'll get to it another.
We'll get to it. Okay, Left 4 Dead 1 dropped in 2008, 2 years after PlayStation 3.
Couldn't tell you anything.
You did play Left 4 Dead 1?
No.
Really? It's just Left 4 Dead 2, but it's just Left 4 Dead 2, but 1.
Why would I not just play Left 4 Dead 2?
Because Left 4 Dead 2 wasn't out yet in 2008. I played the shit out of this.
You know what I was playing in 2008?
Probably
like Pokemon Pearl or something.
I was playing Minecraft. That was when it first came out in the classic.
But the game wasn't out yet in 2008.
Why not both? Yes, classic was.
No, it didn't come out until like 2009.
No. Yes, it did. It was 2008.
It's
It's 2008. Minecraft was out in 2008. Look up when Minecraft Classic launched.
This is important.
Minecraft Classic.
This is very important.
Minecraft Classic launch.
Hackerman's
launch date. Hackerman. Man, Kung Fury. That's a good movie.
It's a terrible 30-minute movie.
But it's fun. It's so fun. I love it.
Kung Fury. Yeah,
I got finessed.
Me,
okay, I got finessed. Sorry, whatever.
You know how many times I've had to look up when Minecraft came out?
That's twice I got schooled in the last 24 hours. Yeah, dude.
Make it a third. Let's go.
I got completely obliterated last night. I'll talk to you about it after fun. Assassin's Creed 2, 2009. Good game. It's okay.
It's part of that trilogy.
Yeah, but
and they're all good.
Yep. November 18th, the GameCube launches in 2001. You want to talk about a prime console.
Good console. Good games.
Yes, so good. Love this console. Hate the controller. Love this console. And I know that's usually a hot take, but I think the GameCube controller is garbage.
I enjoy it.
And I don't want to be aggressive. If you love it, you love it, okay? You love whatever you want to love. But personally, for me, the GameCube controller is atrocious. I can't stand it.
I have like no qualms with it.
I have a ton.
It just feels so good and bulky.
Yeah. Yeah. 10 years later on this day, the Minecraft 1.0 update drops in 2011. The iconic Notch flipping the lever at Minecon. You remember that? Did you watch that?
I wasn't watching.
I watched that live where they had the lever and he walked up and was like skoosh and slammed it and all the confetti. Oh, it was awesome. What a good game.
Yeah.
I don't, isn't that?
There's nothing left to be said about Minecraft that hasn't already been said.
Exactly. There really isn't. It's a perfect game. A year later, the Wii U in 2012.
The opposite of the GameCube.
We typically don't talk about this one, but it dropped in 2012.
You know it's bad because every good game on it is just on the Switch now. Besides Wind Waker.
Just missing Wind Waker HD. 2 years later, you have Dragon Age Inquisition, one of my favorite games of all time right there. Love that game. I'm glad new people can play it. If you missed Dragon Age Inquisition, the EA Play just dropped on Game Pass. Hop on over, download it, play it. It's super good. Also, that same day, Far Cry 4 in 2014. Blows my mind that it's been 6 years since Far Cry 4. I like that game. That's the one you could actually beat in like 10 minutes if you just hang around in the beginning.
Yeah, if you sit.
Yeah, that was super cool. I like that part of it. And Far Cry 4 was the last Far Cry I actually thoroughly enjoyed. I 100%ed it. Same day as well, Little Big Planet 3. Seems like a banger day, 2014.
Did you say the last one you enjoyed?
Yeah.
As if it wasn't the last one to come out?
No, there's still Far Cry 5 and Far Cry Primal.
Far Cry 5. Oh, my God.
Far Cry 5, Far Cry Primal,
okay,
Far Cry New Dawn.
Honestly, I thought Far Cry 5 was Primal in my head. Okay, no, we're good.
Man.
We're good. We're
we
chilling.
run a gaming podcast. Little Big Planet 3 came out. That's a good game. I actually kind of want to try Sackboy Big Adventure. People are saying it's quite good.
People said it's good?
Yeah, people are saying it's quite good. And Blessing is actually saying it is the best soundtrack of the year, which is kind of, I don't know, man. That Hades soundtrack's nice, and that Doom soundtrack is also really good.
I don't know if I put Doom as soundtrack of the year against Hades.
Yeah, but I mean the Doom soundtrack is really good.
Oh, it's good, but Hades, bro.
The Ori soundtrack. Come on, man. There's a lot of soundtracks. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
November 19th, the next day, the original Half-Life drops in 1998. I don't really have much to say about that. Those are games I never really played, so I'm sorry. But in 2006, the Wii comes out. Talk about a console.
Dude.
And that same day, one of the most iconic games of all time. Actually, 2 games came out that same day. I didn't realize this, but one of the most iconic games of all time, Wii Sports, also drops in 2006.
Do you want to sing the whole Wii Sports theme song with me? That was a joke. You're supposed to say no. We can move on. I didn't really want to do it.
I'll do it. That's an iconic song. That song.
Best soundtrack?
Best soundtrack?
Wii Same
Sports?
day.
I don't know. Wii Sports one of the best games of all time, though. Low key. Let's think about it. One of the best selling games of all time. But it has an unfair advantage.
Yeah, you can't give the title one of the best selling games.
Now let's
of all
talk about
time
Wii Sports Resort, though. I know we're not talking. I know this is This Week in Gaming.
One of the most slept on games of all time.
Wii Sports Resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love basketball in that game.
It sucked that, bro. If you lost that little thing though.
Yeah, that's.
You were just done.
I love fencing though. Fencing in Wii Sports Resort hit.
I'm trying to think which my
ping pong was nice.
Ping pong was good. I think it was.
I say it fucks ping pong.
Well, what was this? You remember the saber one where you just run around the island and you just cut people up?
Yeah, that's fencing as well. Except for there's 2 different versions of fencing. You play the one where you're on the little thing, and then you have the one where you fight your way up.
I don't think they called it fencing.
Yeah, it was the same thing because the way those games worked is you would click like basketball, and then it would bring up like sub games, and you'd have like 3-point match or whatever. You'd click fencing, and you would have the regular one, and then you'd have the one where you climb that mountain.
Yeah,
and you like
that's
slash people. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Also, the same day, Swordplay Showdown. Yeah, but it's still under the fencing. You still click fencing, and then it's like under there.
I think you click swordplay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
That's 3 times in 24 hours.
You didn't really school me on that one. 2006, same day, Twilight Princess comes out. One of my favorite Zelda games and one of my favorite games of all time. I love Twilight Princess. It's incredible. A lot of people slept on it. It doesn't. What's her name? Mifa? No, not Mifa. Starts with an M, but it's not Mifa. Mifa is the blue.
I know who you're talking about.
From Breath of the Wild. Dude, what is her name, bro? Google it, Jordan. Midna. Never mind. I got it. Midna. Yeah, love Midna as a character. One of the better companion characters, in my opinion. People love Navi, but Navi's annoying as shit. Who else do you have? You have Fi from Skyward Sword, who's okay, but also kind of annoying. Who else do you have? You don't have anyone. Actually, Breath of the Wild, you don't have one. That's crazy. And then in Wind Waker, you have the lion, the red lion, who's dope. Whatever. Regardless, November 20th, Banjo-Tooie drops in 2000, the first of the Banjo-Kazooie franchise. I never played it though. So
the first?
Isn't that the first one? Banjo-Tooie?
Banjo-Kazooie is the first one. Banjo-Tooie is the second one.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
It's called Banjo-Tooie because it's number 2.
Sure, dude?
Yes, the first one's just called Banjo and Kazooie.
I don't think it is, bro.
I'm actively schooling you. Why do you think it's called Banjo-Tooie?
Hold on.
We run a video game podcast, for Christ's sake.
Hold on.
Why? What are you thinking here?
Hold up. Oh yeah, you're right.
That was the.
I just so my stubborn ass sometimes just
You didn't want to be wrong so
no,
bad.
I didn't want to be wrong
But
because
it's
I
called
actually thought it
Banjo
was.
Tooie.
I know that makes sense, but I just thought for some reason in my headcanon, like the past 10 years, I just thought it was originally Banjo Tooie, and then they changed the name to Banjo Kazooie after the fact. That's how my headcanon has been for my entire life. But that's because I'm not in this franchise. Don't judge me. 7 years later, Mass Effect comes out in 2007.
I haven't even played the game, and I know that.
Get off me, bro. Mass Effect, a good game though. I've only played Andromeda. I never played the original 3. I know it's
You
a hot
can
take.
soon.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to, depending on what's coming out at the time. I think I'm going to play through that trilogy, or try to at least.
Yeah, you should.
Rock Band came out the same day though. That's a good ass.
That's a great game.
Super good. Super good. Rock Band, killer. A year later, I included this because I like this game. 2008, Sonic Unleashed, bro. Come on. You remember that one? The werewolf?
The werewolf?
The werewolf? I liked that game, actually. I liked
it wasn't bad. It really wasn't that bad.
I liked the Secret Rings. I liked Unleashed. I liked the one where you had the sword and you... Was that also Unleashed?
My favorite...
The one with the sword where it was like Excalibur and...
I don't remember that at all, but did
Yeah.
you play Sonic Riders?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
Hell
just
yeah.
making sure.
Sonic Riders. What was the other Sonic racing game where you were on like hoverboards? Was that Riders?
That's Riders.
What? There was another one though.
Sonic Riders 2.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, I'm probably just thinking of that. Whatever the subtitle is to that, like Sonic Riders 2, blah blah blah. I don't know.
Maybe I'm making that up.
You might be. Who knows? Skyward Sword drops in 2011 on November 20th. That's also a good game that I replayed this year actually.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I didn't replay it actually. Finally played it all the way through. I guess technically it is a replay, but I never beat that game before. Really good. November 21st, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby in 2014. I never played these, but I'm sure you did.
Yep. The first game I completed the Pokedex in. I completed the National Pokedex.
Oh, hell
which
yeah.
was 700 and... No, maybe it wasn't 700 yet. I don't know. I want to say it was like 700 something
Yeah.
at the time.
Well, that
sounds right.
That same day, you get Smash 4 for the Wii U. Iconic. Put a lot of hours into that. Forever left in the dust.
That ORAS came out on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even make sense.
Apparently. Take it up with GameFAQs if I'm
Are you
wrong.
sure this wasn't for the
Nope, I
the
checked.
DS?
I
Oh,
checked.
I guess that makes sense. I guess the DS one came out later, right?
Yeah, and because this is Smash 4 for the Wii U is what it said.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then I put this one in here because it kind of blew my mind. The Animal Crossing Pocket Camp came out 3 years ago.
Yeah, that game's been out for a while.
That just kind of blows my mind.
Mhm.
It just for some reason I think like 2019, early 2019.
Does it blow your mind when we say Pokemon Go has been out for almost 4.5 years?
No, that one not as much because I remember playing Pokemon Go like right out of high school.
Yeah, because you remember when you were playing it, but does it feel like that should be 4.5 years ago?
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know.
Like, that's just crazy
I don't really
to
feel
me.
that way about that one
Yeah, what's up? I think it was 718.
at the time. Damn.
Well, no, because there was 2 mythical Pokemon that weren't out yet. It was Volcanion and Hoopa weren't out yet. Diancie was out, so if you subtract those 2, it should be 718.
That's a snipe. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Wow. Listen, bro. I know what I know, and I know that Banjo Tooie is not the
Get
original.
Get off me. Wow. That is this week in gaming. I would say a killer ass week in gaming.
Yeah, banging week, bro. Do you think it gets better next week, or do you think this is the quintessential week?
I don't know. Could get better next week. Like this. That's still the holiday season.
There's so many good consoles here.
Yeah, that's still the holiday season. We'll have to wait and see. But on to guess that character. I got a character in my head.
For you.
I got a character in my head.
Oh, come on. I've been thinking about it. Okay, fine.
Okay, how much time? We might be able to do both because I
Okay.
forgot to add extra. Well, we still got some reader mail. in
Okay.
here.
Okay,
we got some
is the
time.
character
Oh, we're going right in.
male?
No. Dun, 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 dun.
Is the character female?
Yes. Oh, okay. That's actually a fair question.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why. That's a fair question. Could have been a robot. Could have been an animal. Indeterminate.
Okay, now therefore I asked it in this way to eliminate Ivor from contention, right?
I
Because Ivor, you wouldn't have fooled me around with me, right?
I mean, I would have probably answered like could be or something
Okay,
like
thank
that.
you. Okay. So it is
I
for
would have been
sure
like, yeah.
a woman. Is it a Nintendo female?
No.
Okay.
That is 3 questions.
Okay.
This chair's cold.
Is
in
this
my butt.
character from a game that came out this year?
Yes.
Okay.
You're doing pretty good.
Okay. I don't think you would pick any character from Valhalla that isn't Ivor. That's a woman. Because I can't remember the other chick's name. So we might be stumped if that's the case.
How do you not remember her name though? You're playing the game right now.
I want to say Rivali.
Rivali? That's
But
the
it's
bird.
it's like close. It's like
No, it's only
Riveled.
close because it's.
Is it Riveled?
It's,
Is that
no,
her name?
no, because it
What's
starts.
her name?
Her name's Ronfi.
Okay. Okay.
Not Rivali.
I was making sure. Is she from a Ubisoft game?
No.
Okay.
No, she's not. That's 5.
That's fair. Not Nintendo.
Nope.
Not Ubisoft.
My phone
Okay.
is exploding.
Did I play this game on the Switch?
No, you did not.
Oh wow. PlayStation exclusive?
Yes.
Okay. What? Could be a Final Fantasy character. Could be Ellie.
I think I'm allergic to this mic actually.
I don't believe it, bro.
Cause I genuinely think like my allergies get kicked up when I'm like too close. Maybe it's because there's cat hair on it.
That's probably what it is. Let me think here.
We're currently at 7.
Because I think that
questions.
leaves my only 2 options with. Because it's not Valhalla, and it's probably I'm gonna go out on a limb and say not Tetris.
It was a T-piece. A Chimino T-piece.
So it's okay.
My character
Is this character from a? Is this character from Final Fantasy?
T-piece. No, that's 8 questions.
Okay, now that literally leaves only Ellie in my mind. And I don't remember the other chick's name. Man. I don't want to just say it. I guess I got
You'll
20
lose if you get it
I got
wrong.
20 questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
sure.
okay, yeah. I'm used to having to play against Akinator. Is this character from The Last of Us 2?
Yes.
I don't remember the other chick's name.
Yeah, you got 11
Um,
questions that you can answer.
Was this character also in the original Last of Us?
Yes.
Oh, it's the character Ellie.
This character is Ellie.
Okay, thank you.
11. Thank you, 11. Yep.
I'll take it.
Yep. Ellie from The Last
The
of Us.
deduction.
One of the greatest written characters of all time, I would say, personally. Especially
you
after
just
that
had
last
to
game.
you just had to squeeze it into this podcast too, huh?
Yep, gotta throw it in there.
Every
Every
chance you get.
time. Last of Us 2, an incredible game. Ellie, an incredible character. Tragic character, but quite good.
Well,
Love it.
I no longer have a character for you.
You know?
So
Oh, was
feel
it Ellie?
No.
Okay. I was like, dude, what? Are we thinking of the same one? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, this next section of the podcast is Reader Mail. This is where we read your mail. Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to
You're lucky we're not on Twitch.
Mail. Oh,
They
yeah.
get us.
They
They
get
get
our
us
ass
so
for that.
fast.
I know, but I'm a
There
mailman.
goes all
so
the funds.
I'm a mailman, so I should be able to.
Universal
I should
Records.
be able to sing that.
That's true.
So let's go. Trey Blackburn writes into the podcast, and he said, "What are each of your top 3 video game worlds?"
Easy one for me, Pokemon, obviously.
Mhm.
When you include them all,
Yep.
because I think I
Just the
assume
Yep.
just all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn. Go.
I mean, Pokemon is like a. You just
Dude,
have
it's
to
hard to
answer.
beat.
You just have to answer that.
It's such a good world.
At 10 years old, catching Pokemon. Imagine
Mhm.
leaving you home and being like, "Ah."
It's always the big joke. Like,
Yep.
would you rather end world hunger or who would you choose as your starter?
Yeah, that's a hard one to do. Yeah, definitely Pokemon. I'm thinking off the top of my head. I'm trying to like dive deep in other like worlds that would be awesome.
I mean,
because there's like other worlds that are like cool, but because I always think of it as like a world I would want to live in. You know?
yeah, or
And
visit.
I don't know if I'd want to live in.
And there's a lot of
Mario,
dystopian worlds. I
mhm.
mean, Breath of the Wild's a cool world, but like,
but there's no one there. There's no one
Yeah.
in it.
dude, I could chill in Hades.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No, could not be me.
get to hang out with Zag.
Yeah, other
I don't know.
worlds that I've like, I don't know. I just feel like the games I play nowadays are so like hard hitting and crazy that it's just.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a world I'd want to be in. I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily his question, but for some reason that's just the track my
Yeah.
mind is stuck on here.
it's
And Pokemon is just the obvious, blatant answer.
Yeah, if we're talking about well created worlds, obviously Zelda,
Zelda, but would I want to live
Midgar.
in Zelda?
I don't think I
Would
don't
I want
think
to
that's the question.
live in
I
Midgar?
don't think that's the question.
Ah,
I think
yeah,
it's
I
just
know.
well created worlds, and I think Final Fantasy is
So
really good
yeah,
at
if
creating
we
worlds.
if we go for top 3, just in terms of like well created, just worlds in a game,
Tetris.
you know, Pokemon, the Tetris well, what do we got? Yeah, Zelda is dope. But definitely Midgar, 100%. If we're talking on that.
I mean,
front.
just Final
It's just
Fantasy in general.
insane.
If you want to pick one, 7, obviously.
Yes.
The worlds they build are always expansive, huge, connecting
Crazy. Yep.
in some way.
The Witcher 3 is nice as well. And
I mean, I know you don't like the overworld of Assassin's Creed,
yeah,
but the way they interconnect all the games and the stories, that's also a very cool world.
Yeah.
The way Abstergo and the Assassins and Templars, that's a very cool world as well. So
yeah, definitely, I'm with that.
a lot of good ones there. Pokemon takes the cake.
Yeah,
easily, though.
Pokemon easy, 100%. But if you could be in a game world
more
and you want to be an NPC in that game
the
world,
same answer. Pokemon,
Pokemon
instantly, dude.
but just an NPC, you don't get to be the Pokemon. I guess there's Pokemon
I'll be
trainers.
dumbass kid in
just
Saffron City.
Just get waxed on.
I mean, but I'd have a Pokemon.
Sit there only to get beat by 10-year-olds.
But how do you know I'm not Professor Oak?
Yeah. Professor
Nah,
Oak
I'm
is an
dumbass kid
NPC.
in
Yeah,
Saffron City.
you're not Professor Oak. You're not Professor Oak. A game to be an NPC in, man. I don't know.
I mean, because I feel like if you're an NPC in any world, it's kind of lame.
Yeah, I mean, being an NPC sucks. You don't get to be the main guy.
Yeah.
You don't get to do the cool shit. But yeah, definitely Pokemon. Why is Pokemon always like? Because it's just a childhood fantasy, you know.
It is.
Childhood
Because it's
fantasy.
always been a dream.
Of like, oh, catching up. Imagine Pokemon running around. You know.
Ah, man.
You don't get to do
the
that.
dream.
Yeah, that sucks. What is each of your favorite 3 video game characters? I don't know why
So
he always
obviously
goes for the list. but-
Squirtle, Charmander.
No,
No.
top 3 video game characters. Ellie, obviously.
Recency bias, Zagreus.
Yeah, that's.
But
hard.
he's made great because of the interactions he has with everyone
Yeah.
else too.
Yeah. Let's go with Ellie. Let's go with
Chief.
what
Bro.
Master Chief?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
It
Master
says
Chief's
my
good.
favorite, not the best written characters.
Yeah.
Chief, iconic.
Yeah. Aerith. Yeah.
Cloud Strife, pretty boring though.
Cloud Strife is kind of. I mean, I like his arc in Final Fantasy VII Remake and his dynamicness, but because he gets cool towards the end, but he's still kind of one track mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Aerith is
pretty boring.
Aerith is nice in terms of being like well written character.
Nice. Dude, that was nice.
Yeah, in sync. We're synced up.
Haha.
Aha.
Took 38 shows to get to that joke. I
Yep.
hate it here.
Yes, it did.
Okay,
Rough.
that's all I got.
That's
I don't
all
know.
I got for you, Ellie, and
Maybe I'll start reading these questions before
mm-hmm.
and have an actual
prepping
list
for a
prepared.
list, or just I just rewrite them into who's a
Questions
good-
you already know the answers
yeah,
to.
yeah. And this last one here. This is a hard hitting question from Trey Blackburn that he wants to know. If you
This
could,
is the most important one.
if you could sleep with any one video game character, who would it be?
Tom Nook.
Tom Nook.
He's got the bells, bro.
What a
The
choice.
bag, bro. I gotta secure the bag, bro.
What
The
a choice.
money,
We're
dog.
talking Tom Nook right now. Tom Nook. Okay, if we're talking on
He
pure
got the
sugar
money.
daddy, Tom Nook is a good choice.
Yeah.
We don't condone bestiality, by the way.
Not at all.
We don't condone.
Yes. Who's your sugar daddy character?
Who's your sugar daddy character?
Yeah, go and think about it.
Who is it?
Nobody.
Jordan?
You got nobody. What's your answer?
My answer is definitely Aerith or Tifa. No, I'm
My
just talking
real
about
answer
just
is Tifa.
to just sleep with. Sugar daddy is definitely
You don't even know his name.
Johnny. Oh shit. Johnny Tran. Yeah, it's Johnny Tran. Yeah, Johnny Tran. Okay, yeah, that's a sugar daddy character. That's a fair point. But it's definitely Aerith. The answer is Aerith. She's great.
The answer is Tifa.
Well, Tifa's a solid answer as well.
No,
And
the
honestly, low
answer
key,
is-
with recency bias, I mean, if Ivor wants to punch me in the face any day of the week, she can go ahead and do that.
Step on you.
You want to step on me? That's weird. Speaking of Ivor, though,
Why'd you ask the question out loud?
what? Do you want to step on me?
Yeah.
You
So
said.
who were you asking?
I would just anyone.
I was just saying step on you.
Step on me? Who do
Yeah.
you? Do you, anyone? You want to step on me?
Quality.
Is that what you're saying?
It's like every 10 minutes there's a check mark and it just the quality dips.
Goes down.
Yeah.
It goes down. Yeah. This next section of the podcast, what you've been playing section. This is where we talk about. You guessed it. What we've been playing. And all I've been playing is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm about 40 hours in.
Non-stop.
If you want my in-depth, broke-down thoughts of Assassin's Creed Valhalla at the 10-hour mark, you can go ahead and go to youtube.com/synceduppodcast and check out our Is Valhalla Worth It video.
But what
Spoiler
if we
alert.
want it at the 40-hour mark?
If you want it at the 40-hour mark, you're about to get it. But Spoiler alert, it is quite good. And now that I'm 40 hours deep, I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla is one of the best games of the year. I think it's quite good. I think other games and franchises have a thing that they could learn from this game in the way that this game does side quests. I genuinely believe that other games should look towards Valhalla and completely restructure the way they do side quests to the way that Valhalla does them. I think it's perfect, and I think it's the best way to do side quests in any game I've ever played. It's phenomenal. It's incredible. It's absolutely insane how good it is. They're concise. There's some are short, some are a little longer. They're perfect. None of them are fetch questy. None of them feel out of place. None of them are tedious. They're all good. I go to those blue dots on the map specifically to look for those because I know they're gonna be good. Like they're just good. So if you haven't played Valhalla or you are playing Valhalla, go to those blue dots. Do a couple of those. They're insane. They're super good. From the Walloper dude. Oh, you haven't done them yet. You haven't done them yet, have
no
you?
spoilers, bro. I've done some.
Yeah, from the Walper, the comb lady, like from all of those different side quests, like they're just all so good, so concise, and perfect. I love it.
I mean, they call them mysteries for a reason. You don't know what's gonna happen there. Usually, when you see that exclamation point and it says quest, you know someone's gonna be like, "Oi, I need 10 carrots."
Yeah, can you go slay 10 werewolves
and bring me the carrots?
Yeah, and bring me the carrots that they got. It doesn't make any sense, and it clutters the map, it clutters your quest log, and they feel fetchy and they feel necessary to progress, especially in games like Borderlands where you have to do all the side quests. And some of those are cool and they rely on the jokes more than the actual structure of the quest. Where here, puzzle solving and stuff like that, it's all there. It's great. I love it.
Good game.
In terms of the rest of the game as a whole, though, I'm really enjoying the world. I think the opening area could use some work. That's personal bias against snow levels, though. But I genuinely, I love it. I love Ivor as a character. I'm enjoying the stories, the way the narrative structure is to these more vignette style stories as you do these alliance missions instead of like, there is a through line through all of them, but it's not like a continuous linear story. It kind of feels a little chopped up a bit, and I'm enjoying that. The combat just is great. I'm using the double axes. I keep telling myself I'm going to switch it up and try something new, but I'm still having so much fun with the double axes that I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm really loving it. I'm really loving Valhalla. If you have any inkling to buy the game, I would urge you to buy it. And if you're still on the fence, you can go ahead and watch my impressions video where I dive deep and we play through a little bit of like a couple of camps, and you can watch that, and that's very nice. But what have you been playing? Also Valhalla too.
Of course, Valhalla. I'm at the 10-11 minute mark. I'm into minute hour.
I'm 11 minutes in.
Good
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Good game. I'm in England. It's good. The base building's fun.
I love it.
The characters are cool.
They are.
The combat's pretty good. It's buggy. It's an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, it does come with its fair share of classic open world stuff. Animations where you're chopping a dude's head off, but your axe just hits the air.
There's been a couple things. There was one time I went to get I killed somebody to get a wealth. To get the little bubble off my screen.
And it stayed there?
Yeah.
Chance had the same issue.
Yeah.
And it ended up going away eventually.
Yeah, same. I had to go back and refight him. It's just annoying. And then there was another thing where I jumped off a cliff and I was trying to grab something else. I didn't grab it, and I just kept falling in that spot.
Yeah.
And it was like maybe like a 10-foot jump. But because I kept falling, I just died.
Yeah.
And then my save was like 15 minutes ago or something like that.
Sucks.
So it's just like, small things like that.
Yep.
But
the classic growing pains with the open world genre.
But that's what you get for being a bug tester.
Yep.
So, good game. Tetris Effect Connected.
That's a good game.
That was I played it for like 3 hours. I did the what would be considered the campaign. Yeah, where you just play through all the.
It's a good game.
It is very good.
And if you have Game Pass, there's no point in not trying it.
Yeah, especially if you enjoy Tetris in any shape or form.
Yep.
Get it. I'll be here.
You had it.
I'll be here.
You
all
had
week.
to. You look so proud of yourself.
I know. Dude. I didn't realize it until after.
You was ready. You said shape or form, and he's ready. You was ready. Elbow and everything.
The music. The music is amazing.
Me too.
I loved it. The music is amazing.
Very. I have one of the songs saved on my phone.
It's crazy how much you can change that game by not changing it at all.
Yeah.
And changing everything around it.
Yeah.
It like completely changes how you play when you're like in the zone, because Tetris is a zone game.
Yeah, it is. It's 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
And the music just gets you more into that zone easily. Where you just kind of stop looking at the pieces, you listen to the music, and you try and like place it.
You're flowing.
It's very good. I like Tetris, man. Good game. Good consistent game.
Mhm.
Pikmin 3.
Classic. Always count on it.
I've shared a lot of my thoughts already on this game. I beat it. Pretty short and easy. The completion is also very easy too. I might go back and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the better puzzle games I've played, where it's very good at using that time management, resource management, and putting that all in a puzzle game in a cute world. Just a good game. It feels very Nintendo at its core.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot. And then, of course, I've been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield on my stream at ClareBear, twitch.tv/ClareBear.
CLERCBEAR.
Shiny hunting for a shiny Raikou. No luck.
No luck.
No.
Unfortunate.
And then I've also been doing a Nuzlocke with Isaiah.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun time.
It is.
Fun time. Fun
time with the boys.
That. Yeah, that's enjoyable. But that is it for the show. Again, if you were coming over from the MinMax show and you've made it this far in the podcast, thank you very much for doing so. Yeah, I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you. I actually do. I was fine spending that $400 over there for the MinMax show because I love those guys and I would support those guys any day of the week. But the added bonus of getting the podcast plug to get some of you over to our show,
get to talk with y'all,
is great. And I love doing the show, and just we could get 5 listeners every week, and I would still love doing the show. But the fact that we're getting more now is great, and I very much enjoy it. And I hope a decent chunk of you stay. I hope all of you stay actually. But don't feel obligated. But if you do enjoy the show, stay. But like, subscribe, comment, do all the stuff, share it with your friends. That's the most important thing you can do. If you got a couple of friends, share the show with them. That'll help us grow. Word of mouth is really the only thing that's doing it for us now, and obviously the promotion. But we're not made of cash, so we can't do that all the time.
Just imagine the memories you can have. You 3 of your best friends, you meet up on a Monday at around probably 9 a.m. Central Time Zone. And you speak to each other, and you go to your friend. You're like, hey, you remember that joke Mike made about Tetris? That was hilarious.
That was a funny joke.
And then you have these moments with your friends,
Exactly.
So definitely share with your friends.
And then we blow up and become the biggest, and you could say you was day ones. Or like day 3s or something.
It's like day 4.
Day 4, something like that. I don't know, something like that. Whatever. Regardless, thank you for coming over to the show. Follow us on Twitter at synceduppod. Do all of the jazz, the sharing, the liking, all the stuff. All the stuff. I'm not going to repeat it. But
more importantly, say hi.
Say hi. Yeah, say hi in the
comments. I like talking to y'all.
Yes, Mike replies to all the comments because I, login info. But we don't got to talk about that.
No,
we don't got to talk about
that.
I'll
spare you.
You'll spare me. But thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we will see y'all next week.
Goodbye.